Good morning. This is Rich Nass, Executive Vice President with Open Systems Media, and I'm here for this week's installment of 5 Minutes With. I have the pleasure of speaking with Asher Levy this morning. He is the CEO of Orbotech. Are you there, Asher?
Yes, good morning. Hi, Rich. Thank you. It's nice to be here, and thanks for having me.
Good, and my pleasure. Okay, so let's get right into this because we only have 5 minutes. Now, I saw on your website, it says something to the effect of, it says that virtually every electronic device in the world is produced using Orbotech systems. Now, that sounds like a stretch to me. What exactly does that mean?
Well, Rich, I can understand if this statement sounds a bit presumptuous, but I believe that given the markets in which we serve the electronics industry and our strong position in each of these markets, this bold statement really holds true. With our process innovation, our technologies, designs, production capabilities, and testing solution that serve as key enablers for the development and manufacturing of today's most advanced consumer electronic products. If we take, for example, Orbotech's direct imaging technology, which is really essential for the production of today's most advanced smartphones, and add to that the number of complex, rigid and flexible printed circuit boards, the high-definition displays that exist on almost every electronic device today, and the growing number of semiconductor packages and MEMS-based sensors that exist in today's consumer electronic products, I think you'll have to agree with me that it's not a stretch at all. Furthermore, I would argue that there are probably very few companies that have developed such a critical and unique position in the consumer electronic ecosystem. So I truly believe that by saying that virtually every electronic device in the world is produced using Orbotech systems, we are really describing our position in the electronics space.
Okay, well, that's a position a lot of people would like to be able to claim. So how were you able to attain that status?
The Orbotech strategy consists in moving in two directions. The first one is to develop core technologies in certain markets and then applying those technologies to additional new markets. So if Orbotech started and built a leadership position in automated optical inspection solutions for printed circuit boards, once we establish a leadership position in printed circuit board, we applied the inspection technology to additional markets, and in that case, we moved from PCB to flat panel displays. So that's one example of taking core technologies and implementing them in additional markets. At the same time, in each market that we entered, we looked for additional opportunities to add additional technologies and additional products. So in printed circuit board, as I mentioned, we started with inspection capabilities, but once we build a strong position in that market, we added imaging technologies, design technologies, repair technologies, and many other direct imaging technologies and many other technologies in order to have a very well-diversified product portfolio in each of the markets that we serve. So as a result, if we look at our position today, so in the PCB, over 80% of the new purchases of the top 50 printed circuit board producers in the last 3 years were from Orbotech. In the flat panel display, where basically you have relatively low number of companies, we are serving every major display panel manufacturer. In the back end of semiconductor, advanced packaging, the top 5 OSATs are Orbotech customers through the recent acquisition that we did in 2014 of SPTS. And in the MEMS sector, we are serving 28 out of the top 30 MEMS leading producers. So that's basically how we build it, and 30 years of dedication and commitment.
Very good. That's fantastic. Okay, in the minute or two that we have left, I'd like to talk about something totally different. One of my favorite subjects is the education that today's engineers are getting. Now, I see from your bio that you hold the degree from the Harvard Business School. So my question that I ask a lot of people, is it really important to get a degree such as yours, or will an engineer learn everything that they need to know on the job?
Well, based on my experience, I truly believe in that type of executive programs, and I see them as an important opportunity, mainly, one, to recharge and energize executives in the company. Two, it's a great exposure to different or new ideas and best practices from leading organizations. It's an important break from the daily routines, kind of, makes you think, and chance for intellectual growth. Develop yourself to become a better leader. And it's also a great opportunity to deal with practical subjects rather than theoretical subjects. So at least in my case, and based on my experience, I found the Harvard Advanced Management Program to be very important for me, and I really believe that I gained a lot from that program.
Okay, very good. I'm afraid we have used up our 5 minutes. I'd like to thank Asher Levy, the CEO of Orbotech, for joining us for this week's installment of 5 Minutes With.
Thank you, Rich. Thank you very much for having me on your show.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.